Hi, everybody. Welcome to Activist Collective. It's been a few minutes since I've been able to do an episode because life is busy. But today, we are so lucky and I'm so excited to have Joanna Whaley with us. Joanna is running in the second state congressional district. Joanna?
House
House
district.
district,
Yep.
excuse me.
State house. Yep.
State House district. And she is one of my favorite people. She doesn't know that I've been following her for at least over a year now. I've been
Oh,
following Joanna for over a year now because you're actually, I think your security team is my best friend's company.
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Yes. Oh
yeah.
wow.
So she told me about you, and I've been following you ever since. And Joanna, I just got to tell you, your platform, however simple it is, it actually reaches so many working Americans. So I want to introduce Joanna Whaley to you all so that you all get a glimpse of who this amazing woman is. And hopefully, if you're in her district and you get to see this, you get a better idea of who she is. So, Joanna, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and then I'll start asking you some questions.
Awesome. Well, hi everybody. Thank you. What a small world I know it's sad that I have to have a security team, right? But I do. One of my second biggest campaign expenses is armed security.
Wow.
Fun for a house race. Super fun.
Wow.
Um, but yeah, hi everybody. I'm Joanna Whaley. I am running for the Michigan House of Representatives. The four cities that are in my district are Allen Park, Lincoln Park, Melvindale, and Southgate. And these cities are, many in our community kind of treat them as drive-through cities, as cities you kind of drive through to get to other things. But our communities have so much heart and they have so much to give, and they're such wonderful people. And I have really enjoyed getting to know the people of my district in a more deep way. But I have a wild background. Yes, I am a trans woman. Came out almost 5 years ago. We're coming up on 5 years next month, and or no, this month. Oh my gosh, this weekend.
Well,
Anyways, I'll be
congratulations.
out. Thank you. I'll be out 5 years, and I did what every closeted trans girl does. I became an evangelical pastor. Uh,
What?
and had a long career in the evangelical megachurch space,
Wow.
and was trained deeply in Christian nationalism by many of our state's most influential pastors. And so, I this is where I came from. So you can imagine, many people are already starting to do the math of what an evolution that had to be to go from evangelical Christian nationalist to transgender progressive candidate for
I can't get
for
my jaw
office.
off the floor. I'm like,
Yeah. And we're going to have a lot of fun unpacking that timeline and why that timeline matters right now. And I think my community is ready for that type of leadership that understands the full spectrum of the political world we all live
do
in.
you still practice as clergy in any way?
I am. I am still a clergy member. I left congregational work when I came out. I shouldn't say I left. I got shoved out
Right.
of congregational work. I was forced to resign slash fired from my job, which, just so everyone knows, in all 50 states, if you work for a religious nonprofit, they can discriminate against you based on gender and sexual
Mm.
orientation. And so I got fired from my job here in Michigan, one of the biggest mega churches in the state. And so what I did is, over the years, I had to pick my life up. I ended up going to seminary. I studied what's called liberation theology. I went to a very progressive seminary. And I went to Wartburg Theological Seminary in Iowa, which is progressive in Iowa. Imagine
Right.
that. And I studied liberation theology, which is the study of marginalized people within divine systems.
Wow.
And so I studied that and I became a clinical chaplain. So I now work in a lot of our area hospital systems as a clergy member, doing spiritual care for people in trauma and end of life ICU settings. I do hospice work. I am with people in some of the worst moments of their life, and I'm still a clergy member.
Wow, that's amazing.
But I do it clinically.
That is such a massive give back to your community, that I don't know if you get recognized for. So as an atheist, I will say thank you for doing that for the people who need it. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
I had no idea.
I know. People's reaction when I say what I do for a living, they go, "Ooh." Ooh,
I mean, I don't,
brother.
Right. I don't know if I would say but the fact that where you came from to where you are now, that is such a complete is it a 180, a total turnaround?
Yeah, we don't want
to do 360 because you're back where you started, right? But a total 180. I mean, that is amazing. So are you Christian or Catholic, or what would you say?
My spiritual identification is Christian.
Okay.
It is what I consider to be my first language, spiritually. As a clinical chaplain, I study and I work inside of a lot of different religious spaces, but my identity is still Christian. Okay. And so to me, that it's important that I hold on to that, because I think that God is so unexplainable. And to some, if you're an atheist, you're like, God is exactly that, unexplainable.
Exactly.
Right?
And I have the most respect for people in their religions. And I think people like you who are holding on to their Christian identity is important because of so many people who are trying to rebrand it, I guess, in this hateful, as you stated, Christian nationalist way. And that's kind of, it's like this dark cloud that's just like seeping into our country, and I don't know that there's an end in sight. And so I think people with your true background, knowledge, and understanding of it is important to keep talking about it.
Yeah, and I think it's important, as you said, like right now, if we look around our political world, we have so many politicians trying to use the name of Jesus to make people go into compliance with their doctrine. And on the left, we do not have people who are prepared and equipped to fight that fight theologically. And this is a theological battle for many Republicans. And we have to have people on the left who can theologically fight back. And and I'm telling you, the State House, the Michigan, like Matt Hall and his little queens are not ready to argue the Bible with a progressive trans woman.
God, I would pay to see that.
They're not ready for
Joanna, I need to see that. Make that happen, because I would pay.
Right? Yes.
Matt Hall is a monster. I'm going to say that out in public. Matt Hall is an absolute monster. You don't have to agree or say anything. This is my own personal opinion. I think he is diabolical. And him being there was the worst thing Michigan ever did. I mean, of its history.
It's created a lot of chaos.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of
chaos. And intentionally, I believe. Intentionally.
Right, from D.C. all the way down.
Yep. He's trying to turn Michigan and the Republican portion into like this arm of MAGA. And he's trying to copycat everything that he did. But enough about him. I have questions for you, Joanna. I woke up yesterday morning, and the first thing that I saw, and I don't know why this was was an article about you, and how you had been, I'm calling it an attack, because there's no other way to put it, but somebody had filed a complaint with the clerk about you, saying that you didn't put the right name, or you didn't change your name legally the right way, and therefore you either needed to be dead named on the ballot or kicked off the ballot. And I was shocked at who it was, because it is a member of the Democratic Party, and his name was Frank Liberati. I've never heard of this man in my life, and I have done some research since. This is a business owner. He's a local. Him and his brother, I believe, they have a family business. He held a seat in the 13th district. So I think that's
Yep.
what it was. And out of nowhere, because he's running for the same seat you are, is that correct? Yeah,
Correct.
that he
Yep.
just erroneously decided that he knew everything about your life and filed this complaint. And
Yep.
what has it been like since yesterday for you?
Oh, I mean, it's been total chaos. Yeah, same thing. I was on a morning call with one of my campaign team early in the morning before we all clocked into our day jobs, and in the middle of the meeting, I saw, this email come through, and it was the county clerk saying that my name was being removed from the ballot unless I proved that I filled out my affidavit correctly. And so, yeah, I was on the phone. Like, I had to take the day off of my day job. This cost me a day of PTO at
Right.
work to deal with this, right? And so, for me, I was shocked because I expected this from
Yeah.
Republicans. I expected this from the other side of the
Mm-hmm.
aisle, but I did not expect it from my own party. And I did not expect it from him. And so, you know, this is a guy who's been part of our community, part of this community for a really long time, has been an establishment name, very known. And overnight really has tarnished his
Yeah.
reputation by going after
Yeah.
me. And for me, I I'm thankful that this has happened, and I'm thankful that it's me because I want to. I'm ready to fight this, and we're ready to fight this at every turn. And if they're attacking me, they're not attacking other trans folks. And so, yeah, for me, I was on the phone with the party leadership.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the phone with Curtis Hertel. I was on the phone with a bunch of electeds
Curtis
called me,
Hertel is
and
the head of the
yep,
Michigan Democratic Party,
yep,
right?
yep,
Okay.
yeah, yep. So I had a conversation with him about this, and I worked with a lot of folks across the party who are elected, who are in
Mm-hmm.
leadership, and we were talking to all of our endorsers, just trying to make sure we had the support. And yeah, and the ACLU got us a lawyer,
Wow.
and that lawyer this morning filed all of our response, and we do expect to be right back on the ballot come early next week. Because of course we filed it on a
Yeah.
Friday, so we have to wait till they
Is
open
there
again
any
on Monday.
recourse against Mr. Liberati for this? I mean, because it's absolutely false. He had nothing to go on other than,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what he went on. But it was erroneous. It was wrong. It was false information, and they just allowed him to file this without any evidence.
Yeah. Well, the recourse is going to be winning in August.
Yeah.
Winning on August 4th. That's going to be the recourse.
Yeah.
And I will say this. Thank you to Frank Liberati for doubling our cash on hand in 24 hours.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
For those of you who don't know,
and
if you'd like to donate to
yeah,
Joanna Whaley, which will help her pay for the security that she needs, in all of my bios, there's a link tree, and her website is the very top one.
thank you.
Go click on it and donate a few bucks, because no other candidate has to pay for armed security. I just wanted to get that out there. That's crazy.
Yeah. I had an event at a coffee shop recently, and it had 7 armed security guards on hand
Wow.
because there was so many threats. But, you know,
That's crazy.
we are feeling that the recourse will be the voters, and the voters are beginning to speak, and people are angry.
Yeah.
And because we expect our party is moving forward, we're trying to move the Democratic Party is moving forward.
Yeah. It's
And the growing pains are tough right
yeah.
now. There's a lot of growing pains in our party, but we are a united voice moving forward. And the voices have spoke up today that this is not okay, and we're ready to move forward together.
I'm so incredibly glad to hear that. I'll tell you this. I wish Curtis Hertel would have put out a statement besides just inside that article. He made a statement to that one publication, and I tried finding, like, if he said something on Instagram or on his X, and I couldn't find anything. And I know that Lori Płatzki and the LGBTQ caucus made a very bold and
Right.
condemnation.
Great statement.
And I was so glad to see that. But Curtis Hartel, I feel like, and I know you don't have to say anything bad, but I am one of the Democratic Party's biggest thorns because I expect so much of them, and I just
Like a
I
coach. You're
I
like
am
a
a
coach on the
coach,
sidelines,
right?
screaming,
Right.
throwing chairs across the
Look at
court.
if there
Yeah,
were
that's you.
chairs, they'd be thrown. There's no question. I am one of their biggest thorns,
Yeah.
but I just wish that he would have made a more grandiose statement. But the
Yeah.
LGBTQ caucus and Lori Pohutsky, who I'm a big fan of, made a
Yeah.
great big condemnation against Frank Liberati, and I do believe that this will be what causes him to lose. Absolutely. And I will not be shutting up about it, just so you know. Until August, I will be reminding the people
Thank you.
about what he did. And I just hope that you have the community support
Oh,
that,
oh
to
yeah.
rally around you. And I know that you said you're glad it's you because you can take it. And I'm going to play
Yeah.
like big sister here, and I don't know how old you are. It doesn't matter, but I feel that you shouldn't have to take that. I don't feel like you should have to take the beatings at all. Nobody should. And I mean, I appreciate your
Yeah.
strength and your honesty and your drive and determination to bust through this no matter what. But
Yeah. If I can speak to, I've been dealing with this, 15 years of a conversion therapist trying to tell me who I can and can't be.
wow.
Like persevering through that. Persevering through 5 years of Christians screaming and yelling and trying to save my soul and telling me that there's something inherently wrong with me and that I will be eternally separated from God. This is just another Friday for me. And I've been through some of the biggest battles that trans folks have to go through. So I'm ready to run through this wall so people can walk through later.
Well, you are an amazing woman. Absolutely amazing. And you are exactly who I think the Democratic Party should be. You should be honest. You should truthfully be for the working people. You should love everybody for who they are, not what they are. And you embody that. You truly do. And I want more people to know you. I don't want just the people in your district to know you. I want Michigan, and I want more people to know you because you really do embody all of those things. I didn't even know you were as spiritual and religious as you are. And I think that just adds another layer of amazing because you have that knowledge of deconstructing the evangelical and still holding on to something so close to you, so important to you, and being able to say what that isn't really Christianity. That's not the God I know. And you can help people. You can still help people who are there's a lot of people falling away from it. And,
Yep.
you could be
Rightfully so. Rightfully
you
so.
are a good beacon, if I can use the word beacon. I don't know if you want to be a beacon, but
Thank you. We should do this every day.
we should. We should.
You're making me feel so good. Thank
Well,
you.
you're welcome.
You did some good big sister stuff. Thank you.
Well, you're
I appreciate
welcome.
that.
So tell me, let's talk about your platform. What is it that you are, I guess you most want to accomplish if you win, when you win, you win, let's put it out, when you win.
Yeah, there we go. Yep. We're going to use we're going to put that in
That's
the
right.
universe. So the number one thing is we have to get our DTE bills and our water bills down. I want to bring DTE, Consumers Energy. I want Great Lakes Water Authority to become accountable to the voters. I do believe we need to expand and elect the MPSC. They need to be accountable to us, the voters, not to politicians who are bought and paid for by these companies. That's my number one thing. I am going to be a thorn in the ass of our utility companies, because they are gouging us, and we are getting gouged at every corner. It's 1% here, it's 2% here, it's 3% here, it's $6 gas here. It's
It is.
everywhere. And I can't keep I can't keep money in my bank account,
Right.
right? And I work 3 jobs, so like that is the reality that we're facing. The second thing is we need single payer healthcare in the state of Michigan. If the federal government cannot act, I'm going to be supporting Rep. Carrie Reingen's plan of My Care to get a single payer healthcare program here in the state of Michigan. And insurance companies are not going to like me. And that's okay, because this has to happen. As a hospital chaplain, that is my profession, I have the heartbreaking conversation with people each and every day who make decisions and say, okay, well, I could fight this disease and go bankrupt and leave my kids with nothing, or I can die and leave my kids with my life savings. And that conversation is horrible.
Oh my
And we have got to stop that conversation from having. It's one of the biggest conversations I have with families when I'm in palliative care conversations. This is wrong, and it is immoral to make people pay to live. And so we've got to fix that. And I am going to be a staunch, and kind of the foundation of my platform is civil rights. I am going to, at every turn, fight for civil rights, no matter who you are, who you love, how you show up in the world, where you were born, how much money's in your bank account. You are going to be welcome, and you're going to have the opportunity to thrive in this country. And so, my community is high foreign-born population, high Middle Eastern, high Hispanic communities. And they are nervous right now.
Rightfully so. This this administration has gone much further than any line I had ever imagined would be crossed.
Yeah.
And I had some of the worst thoughts when this all came to be, when he won. I was thinking the worst things, and he has exceeded those worst things. We're scared.
Right.
People like you and me. I mean, I'm a lesbian. You're a trans woman. And we updated our passports just before he got elected on purpose, because we didn't know. We have a go bag. We have all of our documents in a burn-proof bag that if we have to go, we just grab. I mean, seriously, I never thought in my own country that that's where we would be. And the thought that it could get worse.
This is the Handmaid's Tale.
Yes.
It's the Handmaid's Tale.
It will get worse. Especially with the, I could talk for hours about this, so I don't want to bore you with it, but the Supreme Court, who is completely illegitimate, bought and paid for, and working for Donald Trump. I mean, they're ruling outside of the Constitution. They need to go.
They are out of control.
They are out of control. Exactly. They need to be, and I know you can impeach them, and they need to be impeached as well. So, Joanna, I don't want to keep you too long. I know you are a busy woman, but I want to say a few things. You are a beautiful woman. I am so glad to know you. I would really like your permission to help your campaign. I will do it for free.
Please.
I will make videos for your campaign for free, and help you raise money, because nobody should have to pay for armed guards just to run for office because of who they are. I think it's absolute garbage. I'm so glad Frank Liberati did what he did, because it put you on the map, and it made him look like a pile of dog shit. And we can swear here. So,
Great.
Is there anything you?
You shouldn't have given me that permission. No, I'm
absolutely going to make videos for you. But I want you, off here, you can let me know certain things you want and need, and I will absolutely push those for you. Is there anything you want to end on? If we could get this out to your community and Michigan, is there anything you'd like to say before we go?
Yeah. First, I'll speak to my community. I'll speak to my community, and then I want to speak to the entire state. First, to Allen Park and Lincoln Park and Melvindale and Southgate. You are getting a present leader with me. You're getting a leader who cares. You're getting a leader who understands empathy. And you're getting a leader who doesn't get distracted by the trends in a party, or who does not get distracted when punched in the face. I'm going to get up and keep going after the things that you care about. I think that is the number one thing I want you to know about. whether you like my politics or not, I'm going to show up for you. I made a career of serving people, even if they didn't like me. And yes, even as a pastor, there are people who didn't like you, but you serve. You show up and you serve them. And I've made a career of that. And so I will do that. And to the entire state, if you can't vote for me with your vote, you can vote with $1. You can vote with your money, and you can help us win this race, because here's why me getting elected in Downriver matters to you in Petoskey. The reason it matters is because we have got to have leaders in the Democratic Party who are ready for this moment. We have got to have leaders all across the state who have the backbone and have the readiness to fight. I think the biggest existential threat our state is facing, you can talk about budgets, you can talk about whatever you want, it is Christian nationalism. And I am a leader equipped to fight this moment in our state, and I'm ready for it. And so I want you to know that the way people are using faith on the right side of the aisle is not right. And there are progressive Christians coming. We're coming to be in government and to fight back and to get government the hell out of our laws. And so, to get religion the hell out of our laws. That's what we need. And I think it's going to take someone who's theologically trained to hear this stuff coming 100 miles away before it gets on top of us. And so I am here. And if you are someone, especially if you're a queer person, somewhere across the state, if you're in Traverse City and you're listening to this and you might have a homophobic representative, just know that I will represent you.
That's amazing.
And I will show up. If there's something happening and your rep won't do it, I will show up.
That's amazing.
And I will fight for you.
That's amazing. Joanna, I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for the bravery that you exude every single day coming out here and doing what you do, because it is brave. When my friend told me you were running, I don't want to say her name because I don't know how she feels about it, but I was like...
You would love if listen, it's Kristen
I
Gambino.
Mean, the name,
Gambino Security.
Right?
There's the plug, right?
The Gambino Security, that's right.
For all of your political needs.
If you need protection.
For all of your transphobic hater needs.
If you need protection, contact Gambino Security.
Yeah.
I should drop the phone number. Anyways, when she told me you were running, I was like, oh shit, she's gonna have a hard time. And that's when I started following you, and I was like, maybe she isn't gonna have such a hard time after all. She's pretty tough. So thank you for your time. I'm going to help your campaign for free. And we're going to get you elected. It's period.
Thank
period.
You.
Full stop. You're going to be elected.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Let's do this.
I'm going to let you go. You have a good weekend. Thank you for your time, Joanna. All right. Have a good one.
All right.
Bye. Having Joanna Whaley on with us today. It was an absolute pleasure getting to meet her and to get to know her further. If you live in the Allen Park, Lincoln Park, Melvindale, Southgate area of Michigan, you have a fighter in Joanna Whaley, and you would be making a big mistake if you cast a vote for anybody other than somebody with such heart and honesty. I hope that everybody will share this podcast out. Melvindale and Allen Park and Lincoln Park and Southgate, we're going to put you on the map today because you have a superstar running for office to be your voice, and not a lot of people can say that. I would trust Joanna to vote the right way every single time. So I want to thank everybody for sticking around and meeting Joanna. Spread the word, right? There's a lot of people out there that don't know the primaries are coming up in August, and the primaries are so incredibly important. Talk to everybody you know, make sure everybody is registered to vote, and get out there and do your civic duty and vote. And if you live in Joanna's State House District 2, how lucky you are to get to vote for somebody so amazing. Everybody go off and have a fantastic weekend. Remember, I do this for free. So any donations that you might want to give. At the end of this, I will show you some QR codes you can scan, or you can go to the link tree in any of my bios and you will find my Cash App and PayPal. I'm sorry, my Cash App and Venmo. So any donations are appreciated. Remember, if you'd like to donate to Joanna Whaley's campaign, her link is also in my link tree in my bio. And make sure we have to give to the people who are going to be doing the work for us if we want truth and honesty in politics and to get money out of politics. Joanna does not take corporate PAC money, and she does not take utility money. So winner all around. You would be a dummy to vote for anybody else. All right, everybody go off and have a good weekend.